Rolling with the triple C, I'ma make him bend the knee. Rolling with the triple C, don't really count the heat.
Si você colocaria Robert Whittaker com esse cara, man. Robert Whittaker. Ooh, that was that left hook. That was that left hook. Yeah, he went through war. Like Israel could have been a better competitor when he should have just probably danced, man. He should have just probably left. You know what I mean? Like created space or maybe got to your wrestling, but he allowed himself to get kicked and get backed up, and that was just the difference in that fight. There's nothing you could do. And Pereira ended up winning. Beautiful, beautiful win by him. Beautiful win. Stopped him. Israel had no answers. There's no matrix, even though he was still standing. I think it was more of body pain and fatigue that stopped Israel rather than him actually being knocked out or TKO'd with severe punches. It was accumulation of him getting leg kicked and then that left hook right here. Right here. That's like you. Right here. That one. That one. Yep. And then I think he buckles here. Yep, this is why it's important, man. If you're ever hurt, you gotta go to the ground. You gotta pull guard. What's up, everybody? Henry Cejudo here, aka Triple C, and welcome to this episode of Breaking Down the Fight, the Aftermath, with none other than Triple C, sponsored by JiMMYBAR. As you guys know, I'm making my return to the UFC. I am down to 155 pounds. That's right, slim as could be, because I trust in JiMMYBARs, and so should you. Breaking down the aftermath, Israel Adesanya versus Alexander Pereira. Let me tell you about this fight. In this fight, I will say that Israel was doing a good job at the beginning of using that jab, finding those kicks, using that jab, finding those kicks. Israel Adesanya had him hurt. I want to say to the body in the beginning. In the beginning of the first, and the end of the first round, he had him hurt with that left hook right hand, where he was able to wobble him or whatnot. And the beginning of the second round, Pereira ended up taking the lead with the takedown at the very end. But in the third round, Israel kept again, came back to his kicks, the discipline, and he had Pereira hurt to the body. He had him hurt to the body and really didn't capitalize. In other words, what I'm trying to say is Israel had him hurt, kind of pretty much could have got the job done. As you notice, when he did kick him, Pereira ended up dropping his right hand. You know, when somebody tends to drop that right hand pretty low, it just lets you know that they're hurt. He didn't necessarily capitalize. Fourth, fifth round kind of tended to happen. I still felt like Israel won three out of the 4 rounds. It was 3-1 going into the fifth. And that just led Pereira to eventually end up, hurt Israel to the body too. As you saw, that ended up going through a scuffle. And Israel ended up jumping up top. It was a fight that there was scrambling, but there was not necessarily a position where somebody wasn't a big threat, you know. And then at the end of the day, and I said it before, if you guys watch a lot of my analysis, watching their first 2 fights, I said more likely the person that's gonna win is gonna be the aggressor. So what did Alex and what did Glover Teixeira tell him in the 5th round? He says put him against the cage. He took away his leg kick. You pressed him, put him against the cage, which ended up taking his leg kick. But another thing that you guys didn't notice is, boom, he hit Israel in that peroneal nerve, which allowed Israel to eventually buckle. But that was it. You put somebody against the cage, you take away their kick, you take away their mobility, you start hitting the leg kick to eventually start landing these whether the right hand, left hooks, or whatever it may be, to eventually get the stoppage. I mean, guys, this fight was just a pure battle of what is it or why you should be well-rounded. You know what I mean? Like the wrestling or just the submission threats, the clinch game, things of that nature. But I just didn't see that from either one of these guys. And I think a guy like Khamzat Chimaev, a lot of these guys are just pure wrestlers, man. They're probably salivating, knowing that there's an opportunity there and there's a hole in both of their games. But that being said, man, this is one hell of a fight. I had Israel winning until that 5th round, but you know, never count the fight. You just never want to count the fight. You never want to count the fight around until the fight's almost over. And that being said, the aggressors will won that fight, as I said in the beginning, and that was it. What's next for a guy like Israel Adesanya is I think he needs to take a break. I think he needs to take some time off. I think him fighting 3 times a year has been a lot for him. I think he's done an amazing job. I think he's an extreme competitor now. He wants to rematch right away. But I think he needs to take some time off. I think he should take some time off. Allow Robert Whittaker to go out there, fight Pereira, maybe put him through the ringer a little bit to eventually come back again. You know, I think that would be my strategy if I was in his position, especially after losing in a TKO fashion. Yeah, Weili was just able to get the back from a sprawl position. But I don't think there was nothing really. Carla I don't know where Carla's head was. I thought she could scramble better than that, but kudos to Weili. So co-main event, Zhang Weili versus Carla Esparza. I mean, this was a perfect matchup for Zhang Weili. One, her defense has got better, her striking has gone better, her distance has gone better. But I just like to say, because I ain't getting a lot from that match, but this, when Carla did end up shooting, she ended up shooting to this side, here in a high crotch position, and that's all it was. Weili ended up sprawling here, ended up taking this side from this position, and as she rolled to her side, she was able to capture this hand here. And that's it. Once she was able to release this hand, she was able to catch the choke for the eventual tap. You know, what's next for Zhang Weili? I think Amanda Lemos. I think that's the next. I think that's the next big fight. If not, she wants to fight Rose once again to kind of prove that she's there. But you know, it's an exciting time now that Weili's champion, and she's gonna end up fighting once again. So excited for that. Again, guys, thank you guys for watching. This is Henderson Cejudo, aka Triple C, and you guys just watch the aftermath. I'm out. So thank you guys again for watching. It means a lot to me. So you guys remember, there's more breakdowns, there's more technique, there's more tactics, and there's definitely more cringe. So make sure to subscribe and click on that button. I'm out!